You're listening to Seattle Real Estate Podcast.
Piroshky Piroshky, famous Seattle bakery. Well, it's got a location on 3rd Avenue in downtown Seattle. That's probably the worst street. No, it is the worst street in all of Seattle. A little bit, I'm going to play a video that another news reporter took. I think pound for pound, I think Seattle goes for a 2-block run on 3rd Avenue near, what is it, Pike, I think? I think Seattle goes pound for pound with Philadelphia. I'm just throwing that out there for just chaos, people doing drugs out in the open air drug market, selling stuff on the sidewalk, selling Tide in big containers. I mean, it's a free-for-all. It's a free-for-all of humanity on the sidewalk. Crazy stuff going on. So yesterday we had yet another one of those little disturbances of the peace where somebody lost their life. That's what we're talking about. Piroshky Piroshky closing downtown Seattle location over countless safety concerns, including yet another shooting where somebody lost their life yesterday. What's it going to take? How many people need to be taken out before, local leaders and city leaders and the police go, oh, you know what? It's go time. It's go time. We've swept out this area before. We've cleaned it up. It looks horrible. I mean, it is just horrible. I want to go down there and shoot some video, but after this video I'm going to show, and I'll describe to those of you on the podcast, it makes me scared to go down there. I mean, how do you think customers feel? This is some wild stuff. This is like the Wild West of urban in Seattle. I mean, you got some crazy stuff going on. That's why we need to cover it right here on the, Seattle Real Estate Podcast. We're making some changes, and we will be going to a different format, which I will not identify quite yet. We're almost there. Almost there. All I can say is that we read news for reasonable people. How's that? Okay. A man was shot and killed in downtown Seattle Sunday afternoon. By the way, I'm Sean Reynolds. I own a couple of real estate companies. I read news for reasonable people from that perspective. Man was shot and killed in downtown Seattle Sunday afternoon. The owner of Piroshky Piroshky says it's the 3rd shooting in a month. This bakery just has really tough location. I mean, it's a tough location. There's a McDonald's on the corner, and it's got one of those kind of corner pillars right in front of the entrance, and people are just posted up. I counted 3 people lighting up, and they're not smoking cigarettes, folks. I mean, it's the tinfoil, it's the pipe, it's whatever. Crazy stuff going on. And Piroshky Piroshky, if you've been following this podcast, is one of the businesses that closed down during the pandemic. It's a bakery. We weren't eating inside. We weren't doing anything inside with more than one person. All that's changed. CDC, masks. Yeah, well, So we're probably even going to get our mask mandate lifted here in Washington, which is a miracle. I mean, it's a miracle that this is going to end. Someday, this mask mandate is going to end. All right, let's get into this a little bit further. Seattle popular Piroshky Piroshky Bakery is closing its 3rd Avenue location in downtown until further notice over countless safety concerns. We have read about this bakery before. They have closed down. They've reopened. They reopened to I think the podcast I did is the first day of business. They had I can't remember. Was it a shooting? Somebody exposed themselves to one of their employees. Somebody got into it with one of their employees. It was just one of those first days open where everybody was like, oh, yeah, this isn't that jubilant reopening day activities going on. Nah, it's 3rd Avenue in downtown Seattle. I mean, it's insane. There's no other words to describe what's going on. And in Seattle, I think everybody is just, it's okay. It's all right. I mean, Seattle always been a little gritty. Skid Row came from literally skidding the logs down to the water. Okay. Right. But we're not logging anymore in downtown. And yet it looks horrible. Following a fatal shooting Sunday afternoon at 3rd Avenue and Pine Street, the bakery sent a series of tweets detailing the problems with crime in the area. We're all aware of it. Piroshky Piroshky, we understand. And don't blame you. I mean, Another person got taken out right out in front of this store. It's normal to see that almost every single day, said Piroshky Piroshky owner Olga Sagan. The shooting on Sunday was the third in the area in a month, according to the bakery, and according to me. I mean, it's just every time you turn around, oh, shooting? Where was it? Third? Yes, it was. Oh, no. It wasn't third. It was fourth. You know what I mean? Just shooting occurred before 12:30 p.m. Officers found a man with a gunshot wounds in the 200 block of Pine Street. The victim died at the scene, according to Seattle police. Members of the Seattle Police Department's crime investigation unit responded to collect evidence and process the scene. Homicide detectives are also investigating. Shocking. Sagan said the most recent problems, including Sunday's shooting, compelled her to close the location for the safety of her employees and for customers. I'm surprised they reopened. I mean, they are reopening on the hopes that the city cleans things up. But man, it is, the Wild West. And what I think of is when I see these videos of just people doing all kinds of crazy stuff on the sidewalks of a city street, is the businesses that they are lined up in front of, how much rent those businesses are paying, and how little business they must be doing. And these are the stores that are open, because let's be honest, in order to go past these folks, I mean, I don't know. It's just outright scary to get to like the front doors of these businesses. Today's shooting was at 1 p.m. in the middle of a Sunday in the middle of downtown. There's tourists and families, and it's just become normalized. And it absolutely makes me very, very angry, the owner said of Piroshky Piroshky. Mayor Bruce Harrell's office sent the following statement regarding the violence downtown. Mayor Harrell believes everyone in Seattle deserves to feel safe. Continued gun violence and crime are unacceptable for downtown residents and businesses. The mayor frequently hears from neighbors and small businesses about public safety challenges. He understands and is acting on the urgency for needed change to ensure residents to see downtown as a safe and thriving neighborhood for everyone. Well, the only way you're going to get there is you hire up enough police to have coverage throughout the city. That's the only way. You're going to have to put a heavy presence downtown, right? They've already got private security working down there. You can see cops in some of these videos, but what is one cop going to do when the street is just lined with dozens and dozens of people doing wild stuff that's not legal? Mayor Harrell is working closely with Chief Diaz and the Seattle Police Department to develop and implement additional strategies addressing crime downtown. All right, so we keep hearing about all these strategies, but you just had another shooting. So we need to get this on the go. And I know I'm talking to you know what I'm saying? Preaching to the choir. The mayor is continuing to advocate for hiring additional Seattle Police Department officers. We all are that care about public safety, because you need some more cops. You're about 500 shy, and it's showing. It's showing, especially in downtown, so that there's adequate staff resources to respond to public safety emergencies. So it's just nutty. I mean, it's not nutty. I mean, it's kind of like, well, what did you expect? You let things go absolutely sideways for a long time. Here's what you get. And yeah, who was I reading about that was maybe going to be coming to town? It was a big sporting event. I can't remember who it was. And I was like, oh, well, that should be interesting. Yeah, a big event like that in downtown Seattle. Why not? Let's just see how that goes, because we've talked so many times about how much this stuff impacts tourism. People don't want to go around this stuff. They don't want to feel like they could possibly get shot or stabbed or any of that craziness that's going on in these streets. People don't want to feel that. They want to walk down a street, have it be clean, not have people passed out on the sidewalks, not have to play the dodge the human fecal matter game. All of that good stuff they don't want to do. They just want to walk around a nice, clean city. That is not Seattle. So let's let's move on here. Let's see what Como has to say about Seattle businesses say Third and Pike crime hotspot getting worse after fatal shooting. It's literally getting worse. I don't know how it can how it can be getting any better with these storylines. It's like, yeah, we've cleaned it up a lot, but we had another shooting. Yeah, don't mind that one-off. No, it wasn't a one-off shooting. It was the third one this month, and February is a short month. So there's that. It's just wild. Owners of Piroshky, a bakery near 3rd and Pike, say they see criminal activity every day, just right outside their business. Okay, so we've read this story about Piroshky in probably a dozen different articles, various different podcasts. They're right in the heart of this. They're being impacted. The owner of International Cigar and Tobacco, which is a few doors down, says it's the very reason they now close several hours early. Oh, that's got to be great for business. All right, I'm going to go to my cigar and tobacco store, but it's 4:00. Damn it, they're closed already. I mean, how is that for business? After work, your cigar and tobacco store is already closed. That's not good for business. You need to be open longer than shorter. The owner, Amir Yosef, says recently this block has seen a jump in gun violence, drug use, and it's become a market for stolen goods. Every night we see fights. Everybody is just threatening. I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to kill you, said Yosef. And you know what? They're not kidding. That's the problem. This is not some, rhetoric that we're throwing out there. We've literally got an example of downtown Seattle and the way that the court system has handled these cases and the way that we handle our homeless people and the way that we don't have enough police. And when we do arrest somebody, they get a get out of jail free card all the time. We're not really locking anybody up for long periods of time. You get a really good idea of the shoplifting crisis going on because there's the goods on the street for sale. That's where all this stuff is going. It's not, people aren't stealing Tide to do laundry at home because they can't afford it. They're stealing it to sell. And Jonathan shows a video that I'm going to show here in a second. It literally shows that. Guy has like 3 Tides on the sidewalk. He puts them out on a nice blanket, give him props for, marketing. But you're marketing stolen stuff. So does that count? Yeah, it still counts. It's just not legal. So, marketing for a legit business, one of the definitions has to be it's legit. It's not, but yeah, this is just what it's come to. I need my sidewalk vendor space, which is literally just the sidewalk for my stolen goods. I need that to look fly. So I'm going to put down a towel. I'm going to spread it out, make my goods look good because I'm competing against that guy like a block down and he's got like 5 things of Tide. So people are going to see his and they're going to go past mine and I'm going to try and undercut it. It's insane. This is a public sidewalk in a major downtown city, area. With Mayor Bruce Harrell now in office, Yosef says he was expecting this stretch of downtown to be cleared fast. Well, it is from pedestrians that have business there and from business owners and people trying to use those businesses. It's been cleared of them. Just not all the other jokers, right? We had very high expectations from him, and I hope he will do it. I don't know what's taking so long right now. Things are down, very bad, said Yosef. All right, so I think it's delusional for us to think that a new mayor can step in and really have a big impact right away. He's got so many things, and I'm not trying to make up for him, but let's be reasonable. This isn't a problem that came overnight. This is like the last 35 years of Seattle history where you can go, wow, that is not progress. That's not progress in the right direction. So, I mean, this is an ongoing thing that we've been watching and, it's not going to get solved overnight either. I think the mayor will do some good things. I think he will take some aggressive behavior. But it's going to take a while for him to get all his ducks lined up. And in the meantime, these criminals know they can get away with it because they are. And so you're going to have more of this. I mean, that's the way I see it. I've got podcasts for days. It's insanity. Or is it insanity? Is it, we just normalize it. It's 3rd Avenue in Seattle. Why else? I got to get down there, but I am actually literally like nervous to go. I walked it a year ago. It didn't look like this. Man, things are changing, not for the better. He says he's seen more criminal activity since 12th and Jackson, a notorious hotspot for crime, was cleared more than a week ago. A mobile police unit was set up there. All right. So South 12th and Jackson, that is in the International District. And that intersection, I got to go there too. Oh, so many chances to have my life ended getting footage. But literally, so that was kind of what third has become. You got similar elements now of just, basic lawlessness and what's going on in these areas. So now we're going to take a quick peek at Piroshky. Got a shooting happen. They've only been opened, I think they've only been open for a few months after kind of that whole reopening thing. They've been touch and go. They've got locations elsewhere, so they could send their employees elsewhere and operate in not even arguably, but way better locations. So the downtown Seattle one, I think you shut everything down on 3rd Avenue and clear this out, because more people are going to get killed. And guess what? Innocent people are going to get killed at some point in time too. You're just going to have that, that weird deal where somebody gets caught in the crossfire, like literally. So I'm going to tee up this video from Jonathan Cho, Como. You kind of get an idea until I can get my sorry rear end down there and get some of this footage. Kind of get an idea of what we're looking at. All right, so here we go. 3rd Avenue. Just a bunch of people milling around. Ugh. Just filth. Crazy. You got people with new stuff in boxes. Just crap everywhere. People just loitering. It's a bus stop. You got people with plastic containers. These guys look scary. All right, let's go into McDonald's. Oh, wait, we can't, because there's a whole bunch of people doing drugs in front of McDonald's, and we can't get in through the front door. There's literally 10 people out in front of McDonald's. Oh, there's somebody lighting up. Oh, that's good. All right, there's another guy lighting up. Oh, there's another guy lighting up. That's good. All right, so Jonathan's gone back now. We're gonna absolutely mind-blowing. People with cardboard boxes selling their stuff on the sidewalk. All kinds of stuff. Looks like hair care products. Oh, there's some meat. Now there's the big things of Tide. I mean, you name it from Target, it's there for sale. Deep discount. 10-finger discount. I've got a vacuum cleaner. I mean, it's crazy in Seattle. And all you have to do is walk down the sidewalk of one of the busier streets in Seattle. Now, 3rd Avenue has become, it's become bus only. And so it doesn't get the regular traffic of regular folks going through. So a lot of folks are like, wow, yeah, it's just buses. So, it's people getting on and off buses, that just, that total transitory thing. And, man, I can't imagine getting off there and going, oh, all right, I'm going to hang out here for a while. I'm just going to do a little tourism right here, because it's become so rough. And I don't know if that's because it's become rough after like the South Jackson and 12th and South Jackson basically got cleared out. I don't know if they just went to this location, but man, I have not seen it look like that ever that I know of. So just, you got businesses shutting down, and I think you need to take a couple of streets and just literally like start over. How do you do that? I'm not sure. Just, yeah, wild stuff. It's like, okay, yeah, this is downtown in a major North American city, Seattle of all places. If you would have told me somewhere in Philadelphia, what is it, Kensington, I think it is. I mean, I would go, all right, okay, yeah, because I've seen that footage. Haven't necessarily seen this footage out of Seattle. So I find it just shocking, because I used to go down there and hang out in high school. I don't think you're going to have a lot of high school kids hanging out there now. I mean, because when you're a kid, you like drive across the bridge and you go to this big city and you go to there to hang out. You go there to look around. Maybe you go to a concert. You go somewhere different. It's like, it's kind of a little bit scary, but you go downtown because you want to, it's that big urban, big city environment. Yeah, wouldn't be doing that, at least not in this section of downtown. So city's got a lot of work to do. Mayor's got a lot of work to do. And it looks like it's getting worse before it gets better. But any which way, I'll keep covering this topic for you right here on the soon-to-be formerly Seattle Real Estate Podcast. All right, that is it for me. Thanks so much for being here. We'll catch up soon. You're reasonable. I'm reasonable. We'll do another one. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.